Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005.
Yes. And this week, before we get into the game, I just wanted to point out to folks out there, I know we complain about the AI cheese a lot and that kind of thing, but you know what? The cheese doesn't just crumble on the AI side of the pizza.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways, and this is just about the cheesiest run play that I have ever run. I was the beneficiary of multiple cheesy things in this play. If you back up a little bit, this is such a long play from scrimmage that I couldn't even show it from the beginning of the play.
Yep.
But I basically started off in the wishbone. And if you show the path where I ran on this, it was an off-tackle run to the halfback who ran through this gap here just before number 98 there managed to slide off of his block.
Yep.
And of course, the tight end there, number 85, somehow managed to cut block the linebacker there. So that kind of opened up a gap for me to run into. And you can see number 20 just over by the referee, who is the fullback 2, right, leading the way out there.
Yep.
And if you look at the far right over here, you'll see the fullback 1 pancaking the cornerback.
Yep.
But what you need to pay particular attention to is number 20 and number 61. So
yeah, because number 61 is the right guard, right?
yeah, and he's down there 15 yards downfield putting a block on that strong safety, right? But if you look at number 20, well, this guy is of similar physical abilities to that free safety, right? Similar speed, similar agility, similar acceleration, but can he block that safety in the open field? No. But that offensive lineman there sure can block the other safety in the open field, no problem.
I bet you it was a vacuum block.
Yeah, it looked like it probably was a bit of a suction block as well. But watch what happens after this. This is just getting to be sillier and sillier by the minute, because here comes the free safety over to try and make a play, and here I come carrying the ball, and I cut to my right to run away from the free safety. And I get a bit of Walmart blocking here because the free safety's too dumb to adjust his course, down the field to get around that locked up pair.
Yep.
So basically he runs into number 61 Wheaton's ass there, right?
Yep. Some ass blocking.
Some ass blocking going on there, yep. And so I keep on running, just amazed at my good fortune, because now with this very slow halfback, he's got 80 speed. Okay, folks, he's very slow. I've suddenly got a 20-yard plus run, and look at this. Now you've got 4 defenders who are all faster than him, right? And they're all catching up.
Yep.
But watch what happens now. It just the hilarity continues, okay? So here comes the first guy, and he's fast enough that if he stayed on his feet, he could just run up behind this guy and grab him by the shoulder pads and pull him down.
Yeah, because he's gaining on him.
Because he's gaining on him, and fairly quickly, too. But he decides to do the dive thing instead, and he misses. And so now here comes number 36. And number 36 is also fast enough that he could probably catch up to the halfback there.
Yep.
But he decides to dive as well and misses. And now here comes number 20. After getting ass blocked by the right guard there, he managed to get away, and here he comes, and he's got enough speed that look at him close the distance on the halfback there. He's just getting closer and closer with every stride until he decides to make a dive
my God.
And miss.
Oh, my God.
Okay. And you can tell that number 40 there, maybe he's got a few bricks in his pants for a DB. He is not really gaining, right?
Yep.
But the other 3 guys were all fast enough that if any one of them had stayed on his feet, he could have run up behind this guy, this halfback, probably at around midfield or maybe the 40-yard line, and just grabbed him by the shoulder pads and pulled him down, right?
Yep.
Because this guy, Vargas, he is not fast, okay? This guy, actually, statistically, he's very similar to Anthony Gaines of the Lifers, who we played 3 seasons with. And Gaines is a slow halfback who is a power runner, and that's basically what Vargas is too. He's a prototype Anthony Gaines type running back who's slow but powerful. You can run him through the middle, and he'll break tackles and pick up 5 or 6 yards per carry when it looks like there's nothing there, right?
Well, there you go. The cheese doesn't just spread one way on one side of the pizza.
That's right, and that was just about the cheesiest run play I ever ran. And you know what? I know I'm not much of a running guy, And so, mostly I just run the ball if I'm ahead or trying to run the clock out or something like that. But this time around, all this was just an off-tackle run out of the standard wishbone that I use a lot.
Yep.
And, when the initial blocking sets up so you have a gap to run through, that's good. But I don't think this play should have gotten more than about 5 or 6 yards. It was just misplayed, and then you had the lineman cheese downfield blocking out the safety.
And then the diving cheese.
And the diving cheese 3 times, not just once, but 3 times on this play, from players who were certainly fast enough to run this guy down from behind if they'd have stayed on their feet. So there you go. It's Madden cheese. And
you can have your mozzarella and your cheddar too.
That's right. And sometimes even the human player can benefit from the Madden cheese too. Anyway, I guess we'll move on to the game.
All right. And we're back with Crusaders franchise Year 3, Week 10.
Yes, and in case you missed last week, Rec V5X turned in a brilliant defensive performance as we shut the Tigers out, 37-0. And it was unfortunate that we did not win any weekly awards.
Well, we play more of as a team, right? There's no I in team.
That's right. And but if you look at the rankings here, of course, on offense, we're either first or second in almost every significant offensive statistic. But we got to look at the defense here. So Rec V5X, after I believe it's 8 games, we're at the halfway point of the season.
Yep.
Is ranked number 1 in the league with fewest total yards. You're second against the pass, first against the run, and you're only allowing 6.3 points against per game. So you're not even allowing a touchdown a game. Okay.
Wow.
You're second in the league in sacks, and of course, as usual, you're lagging near the bottom in interceptions, but you're about in the middle of the pack for fumbles. But we also have to look at this, which is an important statistic as well. Red zone scoring percentage. So basically what happens is in 12 red zone attempts by opponents, they've only managed to score 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
And 3 field goals. So there's a 50-50 chance that anytime an opposing team crosses our 20-yard line, they might come away with no points, which is absolutely amazing. And by the way, that's good enough for first in the league too.
Just lucky, I guess.
So, well, you know what? You have just absolutely smothered opposing offenses so far. I'm amazed because I thought I had a good season last year with I think it was 10.8 or something like that points allowed per game. And at the rate you're going, I mean, that amount of points that you allow per game drops every game that we play.
Well, that's
right?
okay. I mean, I still have 8 more games to screw it up, or
yeah. So anyway, we'll have a look here.
If you're a pessimist, you're never disappointed.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll just have a quick look here at the team schedule because basically that touchdown against the Ponies, that was one that my offense gave up. I got sacked and my quarterback fumbled the ball and they picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown.
Yep.
So in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, it's been 5 games since the last time you gave up a touchdown. And so you've only allowed 1, 2, 3 field goals in the last 4 games. So you've allowed 9 points in the last 4 games that we've played. So there you go. So, yeah, I mean, you know what? The offense gets all the glory because we're throwing the long passes and racking up the yardage and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? Very quietly, you've been having an amazing season on defense.
Well, I do my best. Yeah, outside of that one Pigeons game in exhibition, huh?
Yep. Well, that was an exhibition game, though. That doesn't mean anything.
True.
Anyway, the Bulldogs are a strong offense team. So I guess, you know, with the amount of success you've had, you might have to move on from work in progress. It's still a work in progress because we haven't gotten the average points allowed per game down to 0 yet.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, these guys are all offense all the time. They've got a wide receiver and a halfback and a tight end that are all players to watch.
Probably a speedy tight end, too.
More than likely, yeah. So,
it'll be a tough one. Although maybe not for you on offense.
well, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes these teams come out, and if they... I don't think that it's necessarily entirely ratings-based. If they have a good game plan, then any team can play reasonably competitively, right?
Yep.
It just depends on whether or not they come out and play like as a group or as a team rather than a bunch of individuals, right?
And if they stack the line repeatedly or not.
Yeah. Well, if, like I said, if they have a good game plan and they stick to it, then, you know, like they can hold me off. Like, for example, I played a practice game against the Bulls earlier today with the Nords in my Nords League. And there were no real replay-worthy plays in that game. They didn't give up any big plays. In fact, I think I did manage to throw for 300 yards, but I was only getting like 5 yards per pass because they weren't allowing me anything deep, and anything that I threw short, basically they, you know, like was generally speaking a less than 10-yard gain, right?
Wow.
So they played pretty stoutly on defense, and you know, like I threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns, which for me is a slow day, right?
Yeah.
Much anticipated game ready to begin as we're live.
So it does. It depends on what kind of game plan they come out with, and whether or not they stick with it, and whether or not it's a good game plan, right? And to my mind, not stacking the line and keeping your safeties back and keeping your corners outside is probably a good game plan, right?
And maybe if you play some zone defense along the way, too.
Yep.
As long as it's not a one deep zone. Or cover 2.
Yeah, you want to avoid cover 2 zone defenses, and you also want to avoid 1 deep schemes. You want to play 2 deep and man under, or cover 3 or 4 deep quarters or something like that, right?
Yep,
That's what you want to play most of the time in this game. You know, you tend to play 2 deep with man under.
That's right, yeah.
A lot, whereas I'm more of a 4 deep quarters kind of guy, right? You know, like I play a lot of 4 deep zone.
Or I'll play this sort of like fake 3 deep scheme.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's still, I consider that basically to be man under 2. That extra guy playing his own there, he'll help to support against passes over the middle, but he's not, in my mind, a key player in that defensive play setup,
Yeah,
right?
his main role is to just spread out those safeties more, which can be both a good thing and a bad thing if they have a fast tight end, right? Like, you don't necessarily want to do that kind of thing if they have a tight end like they do there.
Yeah.
Right,
I saw their quarterback looks like he might be a scrambler, too.
Well, that's okay. We can get both birds with one stone. This is why we have this play in the playbook, to compensate for situations like these. And actually, I've been finding as the season's progressed, I've been calling that more and more and more.
Yeah, well, we've been coming up against a few teams that have scrambling quarterbacks, right?
That's right, yeah.
And those scrambling quarterbacks, even if their speed is only in the 70s, okay, looks like he's banged up a bit, so he might not. But even so, at 62 speed, even, I mean, he's not going. It's surprising how quickly they can add up yardage, right?
Yep.
Especially because the AI guys tend to stand very shallow in the pocket, and when they do scramble, they pull the ball down and run basically straight ahead, right?
Yep.
So they can pick up 5 or 6 yards before you can even react.
Yeah, they're
quite
fantastic at scrambling.
Yeah.
They really got the scrambling AI down.
Yeah.
I wonder how that is in modern Madden.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't even seen the last Madden game I bought was Madden 11.
Yep.
And after Madden 11, I decided that I was not going to buy another one because Madden 11, as far as I'm concerned, was terrible. You had all kinds of weird offensive plays where you had motion already programmed in. You know, like, so you'd line up to the line of scrimmage and then you'd have to sit there and wait while the designated motion guy does his motion.
Yep.
And on defense, they had all kinds of different ways of... Oh, there, you got him. They had all kinds of different ways of evaluating a player's capabilities in addition to their rating.
Yep.
And, you know, like, that added a whole level of complexity and confusion to the game, right? That didn't exist before.
Well, they're really coming out passing, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they are a passing offense, I think.
25-yard line. John, these two teams have very potent offenses. There should be a lot of scoring today.
I think that's a safe assumption. It caused a lot of problems for defenses because they mix it up so well, and you never know what's coming. They have a lot of formations, and they can execute every play very well.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Gets rid of it.
And also, that one was the first one that I got. I think the previous one I had to that was Madden 08. And in Madden 08, you could still create some custom teams, and you still had a pretty decent selection of logos to pick from and all that kind of stuff. In Madden 11, if you wanted to create a custom team, you had like 6 logos to pick from.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they really stripped down a lot of the features that I personally liked.
Yeah, well, I basically stopped playing after Madden 05 because I didn't like how in Madden 06 they took out your ability to use your own playbooks.
Yeah. Well, that was a big reason too why I did not appreciate Madden 06 and onward too. Because creating your own playbooks can add hours of fun to the game.
And I mean, that's not to say that I didn't appreciate the Superstar mode thing. That thing was kind of fun sometimes, but it wasn't enough to keep me playing it long term, right?
That's right.
Right, like, it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, okay, I'll sit down and play Superstar mode, and the only reason I put Madden 06 or Madden 07 or Madden 08 in my system is so that I can play Superstar mode, because I don't play the franchise if I can't use my own playbooks.
Yeah.
Brings him down.
Well, I tried playing that career mode thing too, though, and there was a lot of things in it that I did not like. And one of those things was those stupid mini games where you had to do stuff like memorize lines for a movie, because suddenly you're not just a football player, you're a
movie star.
You're a movie actor, and it's like, where did that come from? You know, what has that got to do with playing football?
Yep. Well, you know what, though? It was still fun to play running back and hit people with the truck stick. Even if it makes you fumble more often, which it does make you fumble more often, so keep that in mind if you guys want to play Superstar mode.
Yeah. I played strong safety for the New York Jets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because they played the 46, so I got to play down near the line of scrimmage most of the time.
Yep.
And most of the time I'd just ignore whatever assignment I had and just rush into the backfield and try and kill whoever had the ball, right? And I managed to rack up enough sacks to become, like, because they give you labels, I guess, based on what your player did on the field, right?
Yep.
And so I got the label of quarterback's nightmare and, you know, stuff like that, right?
Wow.
Because I got lots of sacks and that kind of thing.
This guy down with an arm tackle. You got to swarm him. Get him from all sides, then just take him to the ground.
That's okay. I knew a guy who played wide receiver, and he made like this big wide receiver, and then he would just like ignore his route all the time, run straight down the field and call for the ball.
Yeah.
And then he'd like catch it and break tackles and everything. He ended up with some ridiculous number of yards receiving. I can't even remember, but I remember that his wide receiver was called Wilson.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. That Wilson, that man of steel.
Huh.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, anyway, I didn't really like what they did after Madden 05.
With a man in motion.
And like I said, I know we've talked a lot about it in this particular series about how it almost looks like they started that downward slide in this game.
Yeah.
Right? Madden 04 was actually, really, when you think about it, the last really good Madden game, right?
Yep. And even then, it had the hot potato psychic receiver problem.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awfully hard to play pass defense in that game. Although you seem to manage it.
Honestly, I just ported my entire playbook from Madden 05 back to Madden 04 verbatim.
Well, Golston had a rough game last game, but so far he's off to a good start today.
Yep.
Maybe sitting him in that last game helped a little bit. Settle him down, eh?
Yeah, probably. I've found that's actually the case with some of these times where you see a player who's dropping an abnormally high percentage of passes. Sometimes you just do need to bench them. Because he dropped 4 in a row and caught 0.
Yeah, he didn't catch a single pass that I threw at him in the last game, and I usually throw at least 3 or 4 passes at that particular player every game, right?
Yeah, I think honestly it's just a thing. Sometimes these players have bad days. The hot and cold streak kind of thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return.
Well, I know in very old Madden games and very old NHL games as well, player statistics would vary even game to game.
Yeah, I remember in our NHL playthrough, we had players who were on hot or cold streaks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10.
And that was when we stunned the world by winning the gold medal with Team England.
Yep, and we did it totally fairly and legitly without killing anyone.
Yeah.
Only people were hospitalized.
Ooh, my. Oh! Well, there's the first touchdown, right? He ran away from your coverage there. That's that halfback flare. See that? And it turns into a long pass down the sideline if it's allowed to develop long enough, right?
Yeah, and that was Danny Jones missing the tackle.
Yep. Well, you know what? At some point, I may need another wide receiver, and if you want to put a stronger player at that position, I might take him back and have him play a little bit of wide receiver again.
Well, I guess my average is going back up to 7 at least.
Yep.
That's too bad.
You just have to make sure you make an adjustment and don't play that particular defensive scheme again.
Yeah, well, that was just triple man coverage with double flats and a hook zone in the middle.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, your receiver got hurt.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but that's kind of cheesy when they can run that halfback on that, around the corner and up the sideline like that, and nobody seems to be able to keep track of them. That's just...
I think the thing that really bugs me is that the guy in the flat zone, there's nobody else entering his zone, but he doesn't continue to follow him back.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I guess we'll be running full man coverage this game. It's going to be a full man coverage game.
Yeah, that's what my advice would be, is just do that, because then they can't do that to you again. Right? It's fine to start off playing the way that you were, but the first time that they do that to you, you've got to know that they're going to try it again, right?
Yep.
The fullback. Booker is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 45-yard line. And he picks up.
I'll probably change my audibles after the next time they get the ball.
They have to get the ball inside the 39 to convert.
Well, he's out for 2 quarters, too.
Wow.
I was able to talk to the team doctor, and he indicated that it is a minor injury. They expect that he'll take a series or 2 off, then return to the field.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. Drops back, surveying the field.
Oh, yeah, that guy was coming from the outside, and I saw him coming, right?
Yeah, you just couldn't get that away.
I just couldn't get it away in time, yeah.
Relying on man-to-man coverage on the outside to shut down the receivers as they bring guys from everywhere on the blitzer.
The Bulldogs come out on a nickel package. Allen moves in motion.
sometimes you get that problem where he gets hung up on a player.
Yeah, it happens once in a while.
With the throw, big opening. The 40. Marshall pulls him down.
See, they had some kind of weird coverage there where that linebacker way over in the middle of the field had to try and cover Marshall in the flat, right?
Yep.
And that was just too far for him to run. See, it's not this guy who's covering because he's covering him. It's the far guy. And, you know, as soon as I saw that, I knew that there was no way he was going to be able to catch up to him, right?
Especially since you're not playing with the second string quarterback and he's not going to spray it 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, that too.
Changing the play now. Jenkins with a man in motion.
Okay.
He'll pass on first down. Looking downfield on the run. And he makes the grab. Taylor stops him at the 11. Nice read, finding the receiver who was in single coverage. And this is the 6th play of this drive.
Well, it looks like this might be shaping up to be a shootout.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Directing traffic. Calling an audible now. Throwing on first down. With the pass, he hits his receiver. Hendrickson with the stop at the 2. A display of great hands on that catch.
That receiver has all the tools.
2nd and about 1.
Yeah, wow, you're going to get another touchdown in this drive very likely, and we still got 5 minutes left on the clock in the first quarter here.
Yep. So far.
The best part, no holding penalty.
Yep. Well, you had to know that's what was coming, right?
Oh, that's his office.
It's what he does. Right? He scores short yardage touchdowns.
Yep.
That's his job. Yeah, when you put a nickel or a dime defense out all the time, if you just play man under, then that halfback will be covered by a defensive back, like pretty well steadily. Eh?
That's right, and you'll have the deep zones over top to help too.
Yeah. And
so I won't bench Danny Jones yet.
And then they won't be able to do those like stunty things like that, because to me, I think that's an exploit, right?
Defensively tired, sluggish on it.
All right, I got a bit of a different idea here. We're going to have both sets of audibles, so we can still alternate between short and deep pass coverage. So we'll have the spy for short and the deep zone for deep.
Yeah.
So let's pick up the action. So they have 1st and 10 here.
And I got to play man coverage against these 2 tight end sets anyways because of the way the coverage works out.
Only one
Because man coverage just doesn't, it breaks against 2 tight ends for some reason. Whoa!
Well,
somebody just didn't block me.
Yeah, it's disappointing that your streak ended at 4 games anyway.
Oh, well.
About a yard to go.
See, I told you. We got 8 games for me to fuck it up.
Yeah.
If you're a pessimist, you're never disappointed.
Well, like I said, I think that one was a more good luck than anything else, really. Because usually you don't have that problem as well because... see that they tried it up that sideline that time.
Yep.
But you don't usually have a problem with that route because usually your pressure can get to the quarterback before that route develops into a long pass down the sideline, right?
Well, and they also don't normally have personnel like what is it about that guy? Yeah, he's a halfback with 99 speed. No wonder he outran the coverage.
Yep.
So most teams don't have a player like that.
Only one man in the backfield. Number 4 sends a man in motion. Gets rid of it.
See, he almost outran the coverage there too, right? That receiver, number 80, whoever he was. That was a wide receiver flat route, I think.
Yep. Yeah, those wide receiver flats are always difficult to cover for my defenses.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
But it's a battle of attrition thing, right? You can't stop everything.
No. All you can do is just try and slow these guys down by the looks of it.
Pressure with the throw. Swings it out to the right. Perry makes the tackle at the 42. Fletcher picks up about 6 after that catch.
Yeah, he's got more receiving yardage than he'll get rushing yardage in this game now.
Yeah, probably.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. A little over 4 to go.
There you go. Next time we play a game, I will check the halfback to see if he has 99 speed.
Yeah, that's one thing that you don't usually check, eh?
It is, yes. Oh, I just couldn't get off my guy.
Stops him at the 46. So a pickup of maybe 3. And this is the 6th play of this drive. 1 yard to go. The defense just dropped the safeties and corners into deeper coverage. Hard to explain this one. With the pass.
Yeah. Oh, it went over his head.
It wasn't that hard to explain. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't even pretending to run there.
Ball at midfield.
It's really too bad Ben French missed that.
Yeah, well, it was just high enough to get over his outstretched arms, I guess.
Pass play here on 1st down. Closing in. Gets the pass off. This pass
There.
is incomplete. Number 20.
See, they're trying those sidelines and short flats, eh? All over the place.
Yep. Well, they got a touchdown off that, so they're just going to try nothing but that until we're deep into the game and it still hasn't worked, right?
Yeah.
Only 1 man back.
Well, we got the pass rush coming from that side, so now that guy has negative rushing yards.
That was a heck of a play. He has great speed and uses it to fly through the line and take down the ball carrier.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him. Pressure coming. Throws it.
Wow, he almost tipped it to him, man.
Almost, but not quite.
Don't tip it to the receiver.
Well, you had the defense out on the field that you needed to have, though, right?
It was a beauty.
Dixon is ready to pump this one away.
Yo, we're playing containment right now.
Because that guy ran right by the man coverage guys that were covering him, right? So that was all on your safety there to stop that. And luckily, he did.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, that's what I say, though, right? It's not, there's no I in team.
He tucks it away. Richardson makes the tackle.
Sometimes just a little bit of, run up the middle out of the big eye is the way to go.
The KISS system, right?
Second down, 4 to go.
Well, you want to pick up a few yards on the ground. Well, that's one way to do it.
Gave it off to the fullback. Simpson is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 33-yard.
And that will bring the first quarter to a close.
Ball on their own 33.
Because I'm just going to run the clock out here.
Yeah, well, no need to run a play and fail and then... The odds are in your favor here anyways. And with the way they stacked a whole bunch of guys on the line... Maybe you can get a different look.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I'm going to explore something like this.
Third and short.
Because if they want to play an aggressive man lock type of thing, Okay, now they're not. They came out with a different look too. It's the chess match.
Looking for an option. Throws.
Whoa! Did you see that corner from the flat there?
Yep. But he didn't make the difference. What made the difference there is it easily dropped the pass, right?
Yep, sadly.
I managed to fit it through there. He just didn't catch it.
Well, is back to punt. Number 83 sets up, waiting for the punt. Very shallow punt.
Well, that was a pretty good punt.
Yeah, I got a nice bit of roll there.
Yeah, you basically turned our 30 into their 30.
Yep. Yeah, that was a nice 40-yard punt with no return, eh?
The corners are giving a bit of a cushion. Only one man in the backfield. Number 4 with a man in motion. Passing on first down. Gets the pass off. Jumps, and he has
Oh,
it.
slant
Good read,
passes.
finding the single coverage in the secondary. It's 1st and 10.
Well, we'll see what they do. It's a bit risky for me because of the way that they have that fast halfback for me to convert to something that protects against those slants.
Wheeler, the man in motion.
Because if I protect against those slants, I can't play full man coverage.
Throwing on first down. Under pressure.
Well, what I would do in this case is I would keep playing this full man coverage until you get into the red zone, and then you shift into a zone defense, because then you can play 4 deep quarters.
Yep.
And that will also change your defensive look and maybe make them make a mistake too, right? And as it is, they still have to take, like, by the looks of it, 3 plays to make a first down against this, right?
Yeah, it'll take them forever to move the ball downfield if they do actually move the ball downfield.
Yeah, and since they lacked the patience to continue to do that for a whole game, then eventually they'll start trying to force those passes down the field again, right?
Yep. Well, that's the hope anyways.
Well, that's been the strategy that we've played in this game for years, though, right? And it works because it is the truth, right? It's what happens.
I had to go back there and get him.
Yeah, you had to go back there and get him.
When you have a back that can average more than 5 or 6 yards,
Well, they're not pretending anymore.
No.
Early and often.
But now you don't have to back up and play a big cushion because they can't throw it over your head anyway.
Pressure gets the pass off. This pass is incomplete. Found the single coverage he wanted. He just couldn't get it in there.
Now they got the goal line offense out there.
Seventh play of this drive.
Now, probably the 4-3 would have been a better choice there, I think.
Maybe, but I don't have a full man coverage out of that, I don't think. I just have mixed man. Oh, I do have a man lock there. Maybe I should have played that.
Yeah, well, next time. Next time. Now you're in a position where you can afford to switch to a zone defense because...
So they're inside the 20. Need to get a touchdown. Stop behind the line. Lost a couple. You know, Johnny always seems to be in perfect position to make a play.
He's all about effort. His motor's always running at 100%, and he's got the experience to diagnose plays very quickly.
Dropping back.
Yeah. Oh, it's a little harder to throw it in front of the man coverage when I don't have to back it off, right?
That's right. You keep those guys up close to the line, and then they take away those medium length passes over the middle, right?
The defense has had difficulty stopping them on third down.
Whoa, big play.
Yeah, now this isn't a chip shot, at least.
No.
Although I bet you they can still make it.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, the only way he's not going to make this is if he misses outside the upright or something. Because he'll be able to kick this far enough.
It's good. The
Well, if I give up field goals and they keep, and you keep scoring touchdowns, we've got a chance to win this.
Yeah, well, like I said, that last drive I got stopped by a drop pass, right? So,
from the 2-yard line.
Oh, look, that guy's still out. That's Mills running back the kickoffs there.
Yep. Yeah, he hasn't been kickoff return since season 1.
Yep.
Calling an audible now. Jenkins with a man in motion. Drops back, gets rid of it. Perfect.
Don't go for the big hit there when you're the only containment.
The 20, the 10.
That was a terrible, terrible idea. Terrible play.
There.
The quarterback, he had to make that pass perfect, and he got the job.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have done that, because that was a big mistake. 76-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, now they're down by 2 scores.
They'll line up for the extra point.
Yeah, well, you know what? They statistically might hurt you a little bit in this game, but I think now time is on our side. You keep playing that conservative man-under type defense and making them take 10 or 12 plays to move the ball down the field, and things will go our way.
Well, it can't all be glory all the time.
Yep.
Booming kick down. From the 2. Cleveland needs 2 scores to get back into this one. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Sometimes you just got to know when they got your number.
But I'll tell you, it's nice to have a speedster to throw the ball to.
Moves in motion. Fletcher.
Well, I managed to take away that hole.
Yeah, you shut the gap, so he had to turn and run right into the arms of those other 2 guys, eh?
Yeah, and thankfully there were other 2 guys. There isn't always.
No.
They'll go from the shotgun. Pressure coming with the throw.
No, we got a hit on him, but again, those slant passes are just a vulnerability, and I can't do anything about that without giving up something else to the flat. So,
well, basically, you just want to force them to run 10 or 12 plays to get down there, right? And at the rate this is going, that's what it'll take.
Mills records the tackle at the 45. Gain of 7. Ball on their own 45. The quarterback gets set with only 1 back.
Oh, that time I got cleared out there. That was not me moving to the side.
Oh, look at that. He lost the ball.
That was not me moving to the side. That lineman actually pushed me to the side.
I guess I might as well hand this back, because they challenged it before you could even transfer the controller to me.
Yeah, that's not a fumble.
No, doesn't look like it. But it created a bit of excitement anyway.
Because there can be a whole bunch of bodies around the ball carrier, and he can't get a good enough view to overturn it. It's 1st and 10.
But yeah, they've got a strong line too, which also makes this kind of thing difficult, right?
Yeah, well, like I said, they've got, and their offense on paper is just as powerful as any all Madden team's offense is, right? And again, well, there's another one.
Oh, come on! Yes!
Yeah.
They get a challenge 2 in a row?
I don't know.
I guess that guy, even though he's got 99 speed, he must be fumble prone.
Yeah, they're going to challenge that one too. Here, I'll hand it back.
Wow.
Hoping to get it right here, because that could be a big lift to the team.
Yeah, that's not a fumble either.
Wow.
However, they've only got 1 challenge left now.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Talk about home field disadvantage.
Yeah, really, eh?
So the coach looks a lot smarter after getting the play reversed in his team's favor.
It didn't hurt that the official had some great replays to look at. They made it easy to overrule.
See, something else I noticed too, now that you're playing mainly a dime defense, they're actually trying to run the ball a little bit, hey?
Yep.
Hands off to the tailback.
which kind of takes the passing game out of it a little.
Maybe a yard or two on that run.
No, it'll make them take longer, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Have to get to the 28 to convert for the first down. Kansas City backs its secondary off the line to be in better position to defend the deep pass.
The offense has been stepping it up on third down.
Ah, you got him.
No field goal this time.
No field goal for you.
The defense dropped everyone back, but he still went down.
He definitely had enough time to release the ball or throw it away. No excuse for letting a defensive lineman get to you on that one.
Here's the kick.
Oh, wow. That took a terrible bounce.
I don't know. Sometimes you wonder.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that makes you go,
With the carry, Green whacks the ball carrier.
Well, not much there. Wow, you know what? I'm pretty sure I was across the line of scrimmage before I got hit.
Yeah, you were.
Good job anticipating the snap.
We're just getting that home field advantage.
Yeah, that's kind of
How you doing?
a bit of a garbage can spot there, I think. Well, this is be a third down punt coming up here probably, unless I manage to pick up a lot more yards than I'm expecting here.
Receives the handoff. Russell records the stop at the 5. And they go with the defense with the run.
They're going to keep running to see what the other team is willing to give them on the ground out there.
Well, they might be booing, but this is the right course of action here. And that's a perfect punt.
Yep. Well, basically what this is going to get me is at least this 50 or more yard exchange, right?
He kicks a line drive. And he waves for the
Oh, yeah.
Or more. Yeah, that's an inside the 20 punt.
Oh, my God. That'll help your punting average.
Okay, it's at the 20.
It might technically be inside the 20. We'll look at the end of the game.
So
Yeah.
first and 10 here.
I think it might be.
The corners are giving a bit
That
of
was a over 65-yard punt.
They'll go from the I formation. Throwing on first down. Under pressure. Throws over.
Oh.
John, I don't know how they didn't pick that one off.
That's the thing. That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play.
That's the thing, though, right? They get you trapped in your own end of the field there like that. And that's one of those game-changing things, because if you try on third down there and don't make it,
Stringer.
then they're going to get the ball back on like your 35-yard line, right? Guaranteed.
Oh, come on!
Oh, well, they just helped themselves anyways. It was going to happen, right?
The 20, the 10.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be one of those cheesy shootout games, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Watch him break through a tackle and just keep going downfield. That was one heck of a run.
The kick is up. And he pecks on.
Yeah, I'd be willing to bet if you looked at the replay of that. You can't now, but I'd be willing to bet that probably you had an offensive lineman downfield blocking a defensive back, too. More than likely.
But not only that, that was Nipper that missed that tackle, too, and he has, like, ridiculous tackling for a safety.
Yeah. Well, at least we're not in the shadow of our own goal line here.
Calling an audible.
This is the Pigeons all over again.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, look at that.
Number 21 is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 28-yard line. John is still trying to move the ball on the ground.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball in just about any situation. When you can run the ball consistently, it really.
So there you go. If you guys want to have a super-powered offense, draft a fast halfback. I think we've demonstrated that, and these guys have demonstrated that too.
Yep.
Fullback handoff. Grant brings him down at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 1 coming up on this play. see something in the defense. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Well, let's see here.
Gets the pass off, and he hits his target. The 40. Branch records the tackle at the 48-yard line. Ball right around midfield.
Look at this.
Looks like he's changing the play. Jenkins with a man in motion. Allen. The 40, the 30. At the 23.
Good run.
Yep.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. They're within striking distance here. He tucks it away. Richardson pulls him down at the 17-yard line. And this is the 6th play of this drive. They're in the red zone.
Okay, we'll run some more time off the clock here. We'll make sure that they, if they do get the ball back, they will have as little time as possible.
Only one chance for a big play.
Yeah.
If the defense can't defense, the offense will.
Looking to run it here. Down he goes at the 14-yard line. Ball on the 14-yard line. And this is the 7th play of this drive. Just over a minute still to go. Rhodes, the man in motion.
Okay, well, I'm going to run the clock right down here, and then I'm going to try and throw a touchdown to Coleman.
All right.
If he can catch it, and if I can stay on my feet long enough to throw this.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a blitz.
Yeah.
On the move.
Okay, well, he's not going to be able to get in because he's not as fast as the other guy that I normally throw that to, but
he did a good job. He did what he needed to do.
He caught the ball, and
you can roll out, you can bootleg, you can scramble, and that forces the defense to stay at home a little bit more and watch to see how these plays are developing.
Ooh.
Jenkins stops the clock there.
Well, that one guy did say you should pass more when you're down near the goal line.
yep.
Jenkins with a man in motion.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting...
Well,
Oh,
it's not...
there.
Yeah, you almost took a delay of game there.
Almost. I was just trying to read what was going on there, right? Because they had an odd position on the far right,
Yep.
on the outside. So anyway, they're only going to have about 9 or 10 seconds here by the time they get the ball back.
Comes
So
in for the extra point. And it's up. And the extra point is good. The home team are ready to kick this one off.
uh-oh.
He gets the kick away.
Well,
This kick goes
You're making it easy for
I
them.
guess they're not returning. Oh, well, you know what, though? Of course that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I've been doing pretty well at kicking, and I don't remember the last time that actually happened.
It's just
But
one of
it's,
these types
but
of
it's
games.
got to happen now, right?
Yep.
It's
That's okay.
1st and 10.
I'll line up in a nickel and audible to a dime.
Drops its safeties into deeper coverage to be more prepared for the long pass. The backs are lined up in an eye. They'll pass on 1st down. Gets the pass off. Still running.
Oh, come on, man.
That was a lot of broken tackles.
Go down.
That was a lot of broken tackles. Wow.
I can't believe that.
The corners playing off a bit.
Well, the cheese might be spread on both sides of the pizza, but we all know what it's spread on this game.
Yeah. Oh, they just called a timeout because they want to take one more shot.
Ball in that situation. Throw it underneath. Throw it away. You can't take the sack.
Well, that's why we come out in our prevent defense.
Yeah, well, Cedric Perry's having a good day today anyway.
Bulldogs line up in a 5-receiver set this time.
And they are out of time.
Yep.
So, I guess it's probably time for the halftime stretch.
Yeah, indeed.
At which time, when I come back, I guess we'll try and make it another score.
All right.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
Yes, here we go. We get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, ready for more pain.
Yeah, and you know what? If you took away that long run and that long pass, they would have very little in the way of offense, actually.
I haven't seen a fair catch on a kickoff like that in a long time.
Because they really have not done very much other than those two plays.
Well, it can't be helped. I'm going to continue to try to play defense here and just try to do whatever it is I can to stop them.
Bigger and better things, usually.
Richardson makes the play at the 30-yard
Or at least slow them down a little.
The game has been the key to the offense so far in the game. Let's see if it continues.
If not to win us this game, then to preserve my pride, what little of it I keep.
Looks like he's changing the play. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver.
Oh, he almost missed too, and that would have been a big gain.
Yeah, that was just a bad angle I think the defender took there.
Yeah, he's got some of the best hands in the league.
I know, I get the feeling their defense is not very good.
I haven't really had much resistance so far. Like I said, the once or twice that I've been stopped, it seems like it's usually been a offensive miscue of some kind that's like made the stop for them, right?
Yep.
Allen couldn't get out of the backfield.
That was just a defensive line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the line of scrimmage, it makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
Ooh, double coverage on the wide receiver. That means somebody is going to have single coverage.
Dropping back, looking for a receiver. Rolling.
Oh, look at that, hey?
Yeah, that was pretty smart there.
He backed way off and then he came back up again. Like, wow. See that?
Yep. Yeah, well, it looked like he was trying to play a little bit of
play a little bit of both, eh?
Yep. Maybe he had his own assignment out there.
I don't know. That was a really odd behavior, right?
AI controlled player.
Yeah, probably.
And this is the 5th play of this drive.
Probably being directly controlled, and that's how he was able to split the difference there like that, eh?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we've had a theory for a while that every now and then the AI will manually control a player kind of like you do.
Throws it. Big opening.
Well, he's catching everything you throw at him today.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he caught that one because he was so wide open, it was just crazy,
What
right?
he's doing is sitting back there in the pocket, seeing everything, making great decisions, and getting the ball to the right guy. He's playing very well right now.
Number 47 goes in motion. Surveying the field. Gets rid of it on the money. Diving tackle to bring him down. Jenkins has been perfect on this drive.
Well, you're making good progress down the field.
This guy's throwing. He's gonna
Yeah, well,
stay
pretty
there.
well the whole game has been like this, right?
Looks like he's changing the play.
Sure, what the hell? Let's do it.
Well, they're giving it up.
Dropping back to pass on first down. With the throw, perfect pass.
Well, when you're constantly rewarded like that, why run? You know, really.
Yeah, it's almost hard to justify.
Slowing down for him right now. He's seeing the coverage and finding the open man with ease.
Then there's always a chance that when they get the ball back, I might hold them to a field goal or something.
Yep.
Calling an audible. Crosses it left.
Wow. Had a little trouble getting around the outside there.
One guy going boom, the other guy going whack, and the guy trying to run it in for the score, and he's going nowhere.
Jenkins with a man in motion. He gets the carry. Stop behind the line.
Sadly,
Couldn't find an opening, but was brought down.
things just didn't work out there.
Yeah, well, what can you do, right?
Blitzing corner by looks of it.
He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. But he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
And we can attribute this lead to their ability to convert on
Well,
third
if
down.
they blitz at all, they're going to have a big hole in the middle.
Yep.
Throws it right on the money. And he's able to get
Wow,
open
Parkman could have caught that one.
The defense just seemed
Well, he was wide open.
They have to do a better job keeping the play in front of him so that
I know. Let's see what they were doing there.
Looks like double flat zones.
Yeah, they were playing double flat zones with only 4 man-to-man, right?
Yep.
And guess who was the guy who was not covered by a man?
Yep.
And we're back.
I don't know. I don't even at the goal line. If I see 5 wide receivers, I come out in like a dime. Because they're not going to run. 5 wide receivers.
Well, the thing is, you don't play partial man coverage against that type of offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's on its way, and he picks on the extra point. The home team poured on with
Well,
another
that was the plan. We wanted to get 2 scores in a row, and we got 2 scores in a row.
He got all of that one.
He might have to field that. Oh, it hit him.
6-yard line. Missed
Yeah,
the
I
pass.
think he was thinking about not fielding it, right?
this team is going to have to focus a lot more than they did.
But that's why you got to field those, even if it looks like it might go out of bounds, because it might not. And I've actually scored touchdowns on kickoffs that started off looking like that, because it bounces back into the middle of the field of
Only
play,
one man back.
and all of a sudden now one of your coverage guys can jump on it, right?
Yep.
And they go with the delay. Wade takes him down at the 23.
The defense is going to need to try something different to slow down this running game.
About 4 to go.
I know exactly what we'll try, John. It's called the same thing we've been doing all game long.
Mm-hmm.
Closing in. Gets rid of it. No completion.
That's just a drop.
That one
Yep.
goes right off the receiver's hand.
That being said, though, when they turn around and reach behind them like that, I mean, that's not a very well thrown ball either, right?
Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
I know lots of the drops that we get on our side of the field, they look like that too, right?
When you
Yep.
convert, it gives your defense a little extra
Passes that are thrown behind the receiver are a little bit harder to catch.
There.
Nice. There, you managed to shut the door on them that time.
See, this is where the spin move comes in handy.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to actually tackle him here. I'm just going to hit him.
Yeah, you're going to fall and land in front of him.
Yep.
And he's going to trip over you. See, now, if I can get another score here, we'll really have him on the ropes, eh?
Dixon will come into this game to punt. Here's the punt.
I'm not going to touch
No,
that.
that one, he kicked that away from you, and he kicked it kind of short and let it roll a little.
And now they can't down the punt.
That was actually a pretty good punt. Well,
First and 10. They have the lead, and one big reason is because they've done a real good job on the ground on first down.
Yeah, when you gain 5 yards or more, it sets you up in good second and third situations.
Throws it.
Oh, he juggled that.
Yep, he almost didn't catch it, but he did.
Even the crowd thought he dropped that one.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all you have to do with this guy. Just give him the ball and let him outrun everybody on the field.
Well, we've hit the 300-yard passing mark.
Calling an audible now. Gets the call. Missed tackle. Now that's a stiff one. You can hear the collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that or he's numb all over. And that's worse.
Second and 4 coming up here. Jenkins with a man in motion. Gets rid of it. Perfect throw. The third.
Yeah, that's easy money, and it has been all game long, right?
15-yard line.
But you see this kind of look a lot, where they bring the corner in to line it up across from the wide receiver in the slot.
Yep.
And they've got nobody out here covering him. Like they should be doing is they should be leaving that guy out there, even if he is a man coverage guy.
Because he'll discourage this behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're obviously, you know, like, especially because I leave running backs into block and stuff like that, they're going to have, although they don't appear to have anybody in the middle there. So I don't know what kind of coverage this was, but it looks like you got
3-man coverage with some kind of zone.
3 guys out there and a guy out there. And what else were they doing here? They were blitzing. See, they were blitzing the linebacker here.
Yep.
Right. And you know what? You need to change up what you're doing, because if you blitz the outside linebacker and pull the corner in on the same side, you've got no containment out on that side at all, right?
Yep.
And obviously that was a man coverage scheme, but they must have traded coverages or something, because I didn't actually see anybody chase Golston out there toward the outside either, right?
They'll pass on first down. Slings it out to the left. He's inside the 10.
That's a face mask.
Unloaded on him. Boom.
Yep.
Now that is what football's all
Now
about.
that's really bad, man.
Yeah, well, like I said, these guys haven't put up much resistance because they don't have great personnel, and they also don't have a good game plan either, right?
Yep.
You know, like they're basically the worst case scenario on both sides.
This one is handed off.
Well, and this is Parkman's office.
Yep.
Across the goal line.
The offense has been knocking on the door, and now they just kicked it down.
Yeah, I think we got them on the ropes now, because now they're going to have to come out passing a lot more.
Comes in to attempt the point after. And it's up. The point after is good. The home team are set to kick it deep. Booming kick downfield. From the 4-yard line. They forced a 3-and-out on the last series. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, let's see how this drive goes. Now we're already going to pass rush from this side without the tight end.
The lone back. Dropping back. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Miller pulls him down at the 33-yard line. Good play to pick up the first, getting it to one of their speedsters.
They have a lot of respect for his speed. A lot of times he gets a pretty big cushion. That's where he's going to want to break off a route and use his speed to create run after the catch.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind
Just
him.
change the personnel out there.
Yep.
They give it to the halfback. The 40.
Well, I guess they're not going to completely give up on it yet, but you managed to eat up all the blocks, so they didn't have anybody on your safeties down there
Yep.
this time.
Yeah, well, I also came out in the nickel there and audibled to the dime man coverage scheme
Yep.
because they're compatible with each other.
John, their first down rushing average is very impressive.
Yeah, they're getting some solid blocking inside and outside.
Oh, I got sucked into that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why he kept running there, actually, because you did shut the gap off, right? I don't know how he managed to get through there.
I think what it is when I got sucked into that guy,
Yeah. Yeah,
I got like warped sideways.
Yeah, that was
wow.
That was a teleport block. Yeah, he just grabbed a hold of you and moved you out of the way.
Yeah, holding.
To the play
Yeah.
on the field.
Well, you know what John says? There isn't a successful run play without a little bit of holding.
Yeah,
Right? Holding happens on every play.
yeah. Well, you know what? It happened on that one, I think.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Under pressure, throws it. Short swing pass to the
Yep.
running
See,
back.
they're not going to make it when when you have a man on that guy. They're not going to be able to do that. Eh?
The open area in the coverage, and that's his third task. Fifth play of this drive. Ball at about midfield. The defense just dropped the safeties and corners into deeper coverage. Hard to explain this one. He gets the count.
Oh, you had him stopped, but he broke the tackle.
Yep. Well, at least we had enough guys over there.
Yep.
Showing a lot of strength breaking that tackle.
That was a great
Well, you know
effort
what? I think
because
it's a
the
little too
employees
late for the run game
got
now,
a
too.
first down out of it.
You figure so?
Yeah, because this is taking a lot of time, right?
The corners playing off a bit. They've been very good rushing the ball on first down.
Yeah, well, they might make me look bad, but I think we'll still win this game.
Doesn't always translate into scoring a lot of points.
Minimal gain there, and it looks like he's going to go to the sideline for at least
Oh,
a
he's
couple
tuckered
of
out.
plays.
Yep, they actually ran him until he got tired.
Number 4 from the shotgun. Drops back. Pressure. He's brought down to the
Sack
field.
number 4.
Great downfield
The only disadvantage to that is now I'm going to have to back the safeties off again.
Give your receivers a chance to make a play.
He's got 8 tackles in this game, too.
Situation like that.
Fletcher, the lone back. Closing in. Throwing.
Oh, come on. All right, no more Danny Jones.
Okay. Wow.
Danny Jones is getting benched. Oh, man. Brutal, 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 brutal. Go sit down for a while.
And we go back to the game.
Think about what you've done, Danny Jones.
Oh. I love that too. You get that animation where he goes for the interception and misses it badly when he had him covered, right?
And that's a wide receiver, too.
Yeah,
That's not out of his league.
No, all that other defender had to do though was just turn around and maintain, like close contact with that receiver and stick one hand up, right?
Yep.
You know, like you see it all the time. Professional football players don't do that,
Kick this one off.
right? In situations like that, they'll turn around and they'll run with that receiver. They might even lightly rest one hand on their shoulder, you know, to keep track of them and read what they're going to do.
Yep.
And they'll use the other hand to just reach up and try and bat the ball away, right? But you won't see them take a high-risk move for an interception like that. Especially when it's not really warranted, because that didn't look like a particularly dangerous pass, right?
Yeah, well, it looked like it was fairly close coverage, and if he'd just stuck with the guy, we'd had another 3 downs to work this out.
Yeah.
But it's one of those kinds of games. They're going to get their points, and there's nothing I can do about it. And I was real sour and bitter about it in the Pigeons game, but I think I've just come to accept that I'm going to have a game like this now and then.
Yeah, it's the cheese game of the week. basically.
My defensive statistics were too impossible, so they have to.
Yeah, this is a statistic equalization week.
That's right. Yep.
That's what this is.
The end of the third quarter with the home team ahead of Bulldogs 42-24. The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. 1 yard to go.
Oh boy.
They've executed very well on third down so far, and that's a big reason why they're ahead at the moment.
If I had time, I'd audible another blocker, but
It's the pass off.
Well, that's okay. You still managed to get it out of there, and there was still an opening.
Some good quick moves and a first down.
You have to play him physically off the line. Bump him off his route, jam him, stuff like that. Because I'll tell you this.
well, I've completed 15 passes in a row.
Behind you, he can do some real damage.
Yeah, you're on a roll.
Number 47, the motion man.
Yeah, I've actually only thrown 2 incomplete passes in this game so far.
Drops back. Throwing on the run.
Going deep.
And the catch is made. They throw it and pick up a second consecutive first down.
Well, that's the thing, right? You know, it's one of those. It's weird that the way that this game appears to be designed, they would rather give up 500 yards passing than even allow you 100 yards on the ground, right?
Yep.
You know, it's almost like allowing a team to run for 100 yards is like the worst thing in the world. But it's okay to, you know, absolutely leak yardage through the air.
But here's the thing about allowing a team to run for 100 yards is you could always allow them to run for 350 yards. So it can always be worse.
To reach the 33 to convert. Jenkins sends a man in motion.
Oh, I managed to get it over him.
And that's a touchdown.
And that's a touchdown. I wasn't sure if it was going to make it because I got hit while I was throwing there.
Well, it looked like the trajectory was a little off, but not enough to prevent that play from being a success.
Yeah, and I was trying to throw it as a touch pass anyway, so it did have enough of an arc to make it over that defender, right?
Yep.
The only thing is that sometimes when you get hit while you're throwing like that, your pass can take a nosedive and end up going to the wrong guy, right? Well, we got that one back, Rec V5X.
Well, that's good.
Sends it sailing. From the 3-yard line. They couldn't stop them from getting into the end zone the last time out. So they have 1st and 10 here. The corners are backing off.
Well, we got the other safety in now, so he shouldn't miss any more tackles.
Lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
Though he might not be as good of a coverage guy.
Hand it off to the back.
Yeah, well, so far, though, the coverage on that side hasn't been all that great either, right? It's like your defense after last week came out this week completely flat, right?
Yeah, maybe they decided that...
the only guy who's playing... The only 2 guys who are playing hard are Roble and Perry, right?
Number 4, back in the shotgun. Throws over to his right.
Wow, that was terrible coverage.
Yeah.
I really thought he had a chance to even pick that off, actually, with the positioning that he had on that guy.
Yeah, well, you can see them sometimes. They'll suddenly accelerate in positions like that. But he didn't that time. There was no sudden acceleration going on there.
Fletcher, number 95, makes the
Well, we're not having any of that nonsense today.
No.
Not anymore.
second down. And
I've had my fill of that for today.
Number 4 scans the defense from the gun. Gets rid of it.
Well, that one hit you.
Yep, and Zach Mack was coming for it.
Look at a big old defensive lineman. Does a heck of a job of getting in the passing lane and knocking down the pass.
Kansas City doesn't want a long pass over anybody's head here, so they back up the secondary. Drops back. Gets the pass off.
There's an interception.
The 30,
Oh, yeah.
the 20, the
He's
10.
going to score a defensive touchdown. There, you feel better now?
I do. Yeah, I was about to say, the reason I don't have to leave my corners out wide is because I have them positioned a bit further back off the line, which allows them to sweep in and close that gap off.
Yeah.
Number 12 comes in for the extra point. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. They've now scored.
Well, they had that one coming for a long time.
Yeah, they had that one coming.
I guess it wasn't the third quarter breakdown this time. It was the fourth quarter breakdown.
I don't know. They've been breaking down pretty much the whole game, really, but because, like I said, I haven't really faced much resistance in this game either.
Yeah, on defense at all.
Yeah.
From the 2. In the last series, they forced a bad pass and got the interception. So they have 1st and 10 here.
But scoring a defensive touchdown always feels good.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
I just can't get off that guy.
Yep, he just kept shoving you back.
He got caught. I'll tell you what,
They do. They have really strong guards on this team. It's really hard to deal with these guys. Like, I've had less difficulty against some all-Madden teams.
Hey, you shut out an all-Madden team last week, and then look at this week, right?
The quarterback is back in the shotgun with the pass, and it's complete.
Well, we got a hit on him at least.
At the 35-yard line. Great throw on the move, John.
I'll tell you, he might
Yeah,
be
well,
even
if he's
more
going to get the
dangerous
ball
on the
away,
run
you
than
want
he
him
is
to
on
at
the
least have to get up off the ground afterwards.
Loosening up the coverage on the outside. Matt makes the tackle at the 38-yard line. And a pickup of about 2. Second and 7 coming up here.
We're sticking to the game plan here.
Pressure coming, tossing it.
Yeah, well, the way this game has gone, pretty much about all you can really do is just do your best to slow them down, right?
He had some room up in front of him to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a few yards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe he should have done that.
The corners are backing off. Out of the gun. Wheeler moves in motion.
See, John is like, see, if that guy wasn't or was more like Michael Vick, that stop wouldn't have happened there.
Yeah, you see the way number 45 suddenly accelerated there?
Yep.
And this is
Right.
the 6th play of this drive. 2 yards
Oh,
to go.
shit.
He just wasn't quite able to make it, right?
Yep.
Sixth play of this drive. About 2 to go. Giving some cushion on the outside. They give it to the halfback.
Oh, no.
Towards the stop.
You know what? I just don't understand how they can make yardage like that up the middle when you have all those defenders in the middle of the field, right?
I think what it is he breaks tackles and then gets some Walmart blocking on top of that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he breaks
that's
a tackle there.
tackle off of Travis Wade,
Yeah.
who's a reliable tackler. Then Ben French can't engage with him there.
Yeah, that was a weird animation. What the hell was he doing? Right? He wasn't beating anybody. It was like he was waving to someone in the crowd or something.
Yeah, who knows?
Weird.
But it looks like we had 3 or 4 guys back here who weren't engaged with anybody, so hopefully one of them brings him down.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just runs past all of them, I don't know. With the way this day is going, maybe that's what happens.
Oh, he audibled in some blocking help there.
Pass on 1st down. Under pressure. Gets rid of it.
Oh, you see that? He went for it and missed again.
Yep.
Stops
Right?
it at the
That's high risk behavior though, right? I'm pretty sure that,
a lot more after
like real NFL players don't play that way.
Way too much
Yep.
breathing room that time.
So So they have 1st and 10 here. Only one man in the backfield. Hand it off to the back. Thomas takes him down at the 7-yard line. His huge day continues. He's now amassed over 200 yards rushing.
Wow.
We're definitely having trouble out here.
They need 7 yards for a touchdown.
The thing that doesn't make any sense is that if these guys can do it, why can't everybody do it, right? You know?
Only one man back. Drops back with the pass. No completion there. Trying to get it in for 6, but put 3rd down.
See, they were definitely, you know, like trying to suck you into defending the run there so that they could throw that pass, right?
Yeah, they were trying.
And this is the 10th play of this drive. Fletcher in the backfield. Wheeler goes in motion. With the throw. Makes the catch.
Yep. Pass again, right? Pass twice on 3rd down or in short yardage situations.
All the time at practice, and they use it a few times in just about every game. And let me tell you, most of the
Well,
time
again,
it's
there's not much I can do, though, right? Because if they slip their back through the line there, like, I mean, he's picking up 7-8 yards per run.
Yep.
So at that point, I've got to start playing a run defense, or I can't do anything. Even if it might be a little bit over-aggressive at that point, that's typically the type of yardage he gains.
They're going to be out there with a lot of excitement and try and maintain this momentum for the rest of the game.
The 30.
Oh, it looks like we got Herman back.
Yep. And a decent return.
Yep.
They work their way down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again here. So they have 1st and 10 here. Gives the ball off. Richardson brings him down at the 40. Pickup of about 5. Second and 4. Looks like he's changing the play. Jenkins sends a man in motion. He's looking, throws on the move. And he makes the...
Well, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, well, it looks like there's going to be like 3 or 4 more touchdowns at this rate.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, the thing is, they won't let me run, right? So, you know, I would run and try and run the clock out, but they won't let me.
Yep.
Everything's got to be a big play, right?
That's kind of how this game has gone, yep. You called it early, you did.
They give it to the half.
And I thought I was going to resist, and no, I wasn't going to resist.
Brings him down.
I think that guy was playing a little over his head.
Yo, he had to make the perfect dive there, and he did.
To reach the 30 to convert.
I'm surprised that he was even fast enough to be able to do that, though.
Number 47 comes in motion.
See, in order to maintain possession, I have no choice,
Dropping back.
right?
Gets rid of it.
I have to throw passes because they won't let me run. They won't let me run for 4 yards or 5 yards.
Yeah, they just want to run this score up as high as they can go.
Well, that's what's going to happen because they're forcing me into situations where I have to pass to maintain possession, right?
Yep. I don't know, maybe they're hoping you'll make a mistake or something.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
Knock on wood, famous last words.
Changing the play now. Rose in motion. Again with the carry.
Go, Joe Winters.
Yeah, well, he got out there. There was no one there for him to block, but
did his
was
job.
But he was there.
Handling the
Yep.
defense right now. They haven't even had a 3rd down in this drive. 7 yards to go for the touchdown.
I bet you it's a blitz from the right.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see if I can get outside.
Hand it off to the back.
Or maybe it's just a touchdown.
Great rushing touchdown there.
He just kept his legs churning and moving.
Oh, there you go. He'll get his rushing touchdowns, at least some of them.
Yep. Well, I think he's got 2 this game. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns, too. He's probably going to be the player of the... Oh, look at that. I got 100 yards on the ground with him, too. That's rare.
Yep.
In this day and age.
And it's up. The point after is good. The home team pouring on with another score.
It doesn't matter how many times they score. They're not going to be able to score enough.
Drive, touchdown.
The thing that most impressed me about that last drive was the offensive line. They did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage, keeping their quarterback healthy and on his feet.
Well, now at this point, it doesn't even matter if you were to make a mistake or not.
The most important component to an effective offense.
From the 2-yard line.
I think the gap is just too wide now.
No, they had him fumbling and bumbling all around before the 20, and that return was over before it ever got anywhere.
1st and 10. The corners are backing off. Fletcher, the lone back, going to the air on 1st down. Throws it. Great throw. Number 20 is the guy who's there.
That guy has given you a fair amount of trouble this game, too.
Yeah, well, they've got a couple of high-speed wide receivers.
2nd down and short.
But what's really killed me is those missed tackles, right?
Yep.
Like by those safeties, we had 2 missed by Danny Jones, and that's why he's sitting on the bench right now.
Yeah, and then you had a 1 missed by the strong safety, too, right?
That's right, yep, by Nipper.
Yeah, and that one resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, I think all 3 of those missed tackles resulted in touchdowns, and all 3 of them were safety missed tackles.
Yep.
It's like your safeties can't miss tackles. That's part of the reason I draft big safeties, but and I put linebackers there.
Cedric Perry has now got 5 sacks in this game.
Yeah, like that's part of the reason why I draft these linebackers at safety, is to try to prevent that. But sometimes it just happens anyways. Every now and then you get one of these games where they're just going to do what they want, and that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah, and you know what though, the things like this result in such strange, warped statistics too, right, for this game, because you're gonna have given up a huge amount of yardage, quite a few points, but you also have sacked this guy like 9 times, right? You know, like it's a complete contradiction, because normally a defense that sacks a quarterback 8 or 9 times in one game, they're dominating, right?
Yep.
And you know, that's just not the case here. It's like a big play, all or nothing, one way or the other, right? Either they get a big play and score, or you get a big play and stop them dead, right?
Here's the punt, and he chooses not to return this one. First and 10. He sees something in the defense. Allen comes in motion.
Texas 35.
Drops back on the run.
Oh my God.
Bye-bye. Oh, that guy was pretty fast. He managed to catch up to him.
He doesn't appear to lose anything on the ball when he throws on the run.
He may actually be better when he
Yeah, they might have a superstar safety picked up from one of the all Madden teams or something.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened the last time. I think that guy missed or something, right? He just made a diving tackle attempt and missed or something.
Stayed on his feet this time.
Yeah.
They give it to the halfback. Big hit on the ball carrier.
When you talk about
Well, it looks like Joe got a pancake block there, but it didn't help.
He just got unloaded on.
They'll need to get to the 8 to convert.
Well, you know what, though? That keeps the clock running.
It does. Have you noticed so far in this entire season, this is our 9th game, and I haven't gotten a bad snap yet?
Yeah, that's weird.
Hey, isn't that something?
You know, maybe Joe Winters is just a fantastic center.
I don't know. Because you've always said you don't like using the shotgun because you don't like those high snaps that happen.
That's
once
right,
in a while,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but you haven't gotten one all season, basically.
Nope, pretty much.
He's inside the 10. Marshall records the tackle at the 4. Jenkins stops the clock without timeout.
Well, you got to preserve your percentages.
Yeah.
Just 4 yards from the goal line now.
Set.
He surveys the field, guns it to the right side. He hits his receiver. Great catch for the touchdown.
Well, you know what? We're going to punish them a little bit just for what's been going on in this game, right?
Well, they deserve it. Wow, 70 points, huh?
The kicker
Yep.
lines up for the point after.
Well, technically, I've only scored 63, though, because you scored a touchdown, too.
Yeah, I got lucky like that. With the horrible defensive performance I've been having, somehow I also got a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and at least 8 sacks, right? 7 or 8 sacks, for sure.
Booming kick downfield.
So I don't know how that turns out to translate to a team scoring 31 points, but no. I'm thinking their defense is so bad that their offense had to do something cheesy in order to even give them some kind of semblance of competitiveness, right? Because their defense is bad.
Bulldogs line up in a
Yo, this game
There,
is
he just sacked him again. He's got 6 sacks.
this game is nowhere near as close as the score would indicate, and the score would indicate that it's not really that close.
No.
Let them get the right personnel in there sometimes.
Gets the pass off. Mills.
Well, that's the last play of the game.
26-yard line.
Well, thank goodness that's over.
Yeah, what a mess.
Score is Kansas City 70, Cleveland 31. A lot of scoring, but a one-sided game.
Oh, well. That's just about the highest scoring game we've played in a while, I think.
Yeah, really. I don't know. We seem to have... I think it's a quirk of my defensive system, almost. Right? Like, I don't know. Because, like, you never seem to have these big breakdowns. You don't smother people the way I do, but you don't have these big breakdowns either in these, like, one random... It's like something like the Cleveland Bulldogs, right? Like, the most random team in the league. Who the hell are these guys? They're not going to the Super Bowl, but they rack up 31 points against me.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we'll play the Tigers in a rematch in the Super Bowl, probably.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to meet them in the playoffs in order to get to the Super Bowl. So there you go. I passed for almost 500 yards again, right?
Yep.
And I had a lot of success on the ground, too. This is probably one of my best rushing games of the season.
Yeah, it was a good game for you.
Yep. Yeah, Bo knows shootouts. Anyway, and they also had not bad possession time either. So there you go. But I had a perfect quarterback rating. Completed 93% of my passes.
There was no defense out there.
For 495 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Ah, damn! You should have thrown one more pass, eh?
Yeah, I could have tied the record if I had gotten one more touchdown pass. Yep. And Kelvin Allen averaged 6 yards per carry. And Parkman got a couple of touchdowns again.
Yep.
So there we go. See, but I came out this time around too with Allen on the field more in the wishbone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed early in the game I wasn't having a lot of success running out of that. So, and Golston caught 8 passes with no drop passes. Wow,
I think benching him was the right thing, man.
See, I had an Allen after his, 114 yards on the ground. Well, he also caught 196 yards worth of passes, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go. Golston had over 100 yards. Rhodes had almost 100 yards. Wow. And I had one drop pass, and that was that third down pass that I remember I threaded the needle there.
Yep.
And hit easily with it, and then he dropped it. So that was the only drop pass I had in the game. Wow. And a long pass of 76 yards. Oh, Joe Winter got a couple of pancake blocks in this game. So there we go. Cedric Perry was a monster on defense today with 10 tackles and 6 sacks.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. And Roble got a sack.
Yeah, I got 4 tackles and a sack.
Yep.
And Pete didn't take the field this time around because they just didn't line up in that kind of formation. They always had a tight end out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, and look at that. Mills got a sack.
Cornerback
got a sack. Yeah.
You know what I think that might have been? I think that might have been an audible from like a dime to a nickel.
He was probably rushing from like a linebacker position. Yeah.
He also got that, the usual 8 pass deflections at this point.
Yeah. He also got, look at that, he got the defensive touchdown too, so he had a pretty solid game. He got an interception return for a touchdown, and he got a sack, bunch of tackles.
There, how's that for an average?
Yeah, well, what was the long one though? That was 75 yard
75
punt.
yards, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll help your average.
That's why, that's another thing, though. It's a shortcoming in the game. Why would they not respond when you send the punt team out on third down, right?
Yep.
You know, like it's kind of crazy. But anyway, this guy had he's probably managed to build up the highest quarterback rating against you of anybody that I can remember playing for the longest time.
Yep, probably.
Right? And he completed 65% of his passes, had a 78-yard pass and run.
And got sacked 8 times.
Yeah. And then we had our buddy here with his 207 yards with an 80-yard touchdown run too. Right? So, then they had a couple of receivers with pretty high yardage numbers.
Yep.
And only one drop pass.
All game long, only one drop pass.
Yep. Yeah, they only had 4 tackles for a loss.
Yeah, they had a really squishy defense.
And they did not sack me at all, right? They got no pass deflections, so nobody got a hand on the ball at all.
Yep.
Basically, I think that the only times that I stalled was when I had a drop pass. Right. Other than that, I scored just about every time I got the ball.
Yep.
Yep. And they got the one longish field goal, and that was it. So, who's the player of the game? We have some a few candidates here.
Bo Jenkins.
It's probably Bo Jenkins. It's Bo Jenkins, who completed all but 2 of his passes for 495 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Bo knows shootouts. You don't want to shoot it out with Bo Jenkins because he'll shoot you dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess until next time.
I'm Rec V5.
And I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.